Hello, everybody. Oh, it's not even on. Hang on a second. Yeah, something like that. What else can we turn on? Sometimes I double press buttons. Okay. Hello. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. Would you like a leaf? Or I have a crispier one, if that's more to your preference. Ears. I need ears. Here they are. Hi. Happy Friday. Welcome to the Friday stream. Let's put some windows where they're supposed to go. That would be a good start. Coffee where it's supposed to go. That's also a good start. Ears. Good. Good morning, Hazel and Kieran Check. Good morning, Arisu. Steves. Hello, guys. Librarian 21 London. Sectum Semper. Zolda. Good morning, guys. Hello. Or good afternoon or good evening. Welcome to me. I had big dreams for the day. My main big dream, because we did our Undasta kills. I did... Oh, I put my water bottle in the way of my Bluetooth connection. Let's just put these away and try them again. We did that. I want to farm Magmotes for the World Breakers now. That's what I want to do. We got the invitation to the World Breakers Toastmasters Incorporated yesterday. We need to use that, farm more moats, buy a backup, and then just get comfy in moat farming. I don't know exactly the best place to buy or to farm the moats, but I'm sure we can look it up. Drink some various water and caffeine and whatnot and get this show on the road. So this one logs in. That sounds a little better. And then I'm gonna look up Magmotes. I have like a couple. A few of them came in the original cache. Fastest farm was lava hatchlings. Lava hatchlings near the top of the hill. Lava hatchlings near the top of the hill. Larger phoenix does not drop Magmotes. Or join a low-grade group farming elemental storm. Okay. Magmotes drop in raid group, no problem. All right, well those are some options. 32.55. I'm having some trouble with my Bluetooth. Does the missing headphone saga continue another year? No, actually, I found that one. I finally found it. I was looking for something else, as it usually is the case, and I discovered it in a place that I didn't expect it to be. I figured it would have been in this room, which is where I thought I had dropped it, but it had made it into a different room, into the bottom of a drawer. And I found it while I was emptying the drawer out so I could refold all the clothes that were contained within the drawer. I do not know how that happened. It was not a drawer filled with clothes that had pockets. Did I get sound on board? You guys can hear things. I can't hear them. That's the trick. That's the trouble. Yeah, it's not connected. I'm going to restart my Bluetooth module. How do I find friends to play WoW with? I found friends to play WoW with once in high school, once as roommates, and then once through, the third time was through Group Finder, queuing Arena. Those are the three places I've found friends before. I will say the Arena friends have lasted me by far the longest. Is it Banana Day? Ate an ungodly amount of banana bread. My banana day was yesterday. I just didn't. I saw that it was banana day. The bananas were at prime, perfect banana color. They were the most banana they were ever going to be. And I was just busy or something. I didn't prioritize. I didn't prioritize the bananas. Please connect. I don't know what else I would reset if that's the case. The troublesome thing with the headphones not connecting, I don't wildly need sound, although it is nice, so I can hear sub alerts. It's The headphones are one of those ones that will talk to you while it's trying to connect repeatedly, and it makes it very difficult to think. Is there, by any chance? No, there's no storm up right now. Let me investigate. I'm not going to pop the membership just yet, although I should commit. 3255. Let's just investigate. Ooh, also, is there? No, there's not. I need to do the Storm's Fury, but it's just never up. 3255 would be like, let's see, 3255's all the way up here. Yeah, kind of there-ish. Let's fly over there and see what's going on. What is the Girl Madness? I have never been. I could not tell you. I'm assuming dinosaurs are involved. Not dragons, despite what Maximilian may tell you. Micro holidays are adorable, and they're great because you can skip them, but the problem with being able to skip them is that I'm always going to skip them 10 times out of 10. Happy Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I have a feeling the punctuation is going to upset the stream bot for a while today. I wore green. I have green shirt. I have green second shirt. That's the hat's acceptably green adjacent. That's what I got. I found a sesame seed. Don't worry, it was from breakfast this morning. Definitely wouldn't eat a sesame seed that was from older than breakfast this morning. I don't think. Would I? I don't know. How hungry am I? Weird thing to get centered. It's just because it thinks it's a link. I'm betting that that there was a. I'm assuming, and perhaps incorrectly, that it thinks that the period in St. Patrick's Day is a link if there's a space missed in a typo. Although it is weird that it's done it that way, actually. Because yeah, it's not censoring for other people. Weird. All right. One more go. Reserve the Patrick's TLD now. Gaijin Zen, thank you for the 31-month resub. First time I've been able to watch in a while. Thanks, Spring Break. Glad to have you here. I am really looking forward to a comfy, old-fashioned, currency-based mount farm. I want to grind magmotes today. Hi. Kitty, you want to come up here? Kitty, do you know why these won't connect? Do you know what my trouble is? Here, let me check the Bluetooth here. I'd love to get that sorted so that I'm not worrying about it for later. Morning, Hazel. Good morning. How you guys doing? Friday today. You made it. If Friday is... Oh, honey bear. That was a little bit of a bonk. Hi. You doing good? How's your noggin? Connect. Yeah. Sometimes... Kitty's a grunty kitty cat. You know who else I should find? I should find the vendor that I can only talk to. No, that's not going to work. I should find the vendor that I can only talk to while I'm a member of the World Break organization. Just so I know where he is. Because I'm going to be... I don't want to be... I know I'll have 3 days, but as long as I don't die, but I don't want to be lost looking for him. I want to say his name is Vexel? Something along those lines, but I bet I can sort it out if I wowhead it enough. So... yeah, his name is Dealer Vexel. Is he in the area? Dealer Vexel. He is a dragonkin. He has kind of an ethereal looking name. And he's like way up 38, 34, 46. He's way up kind of northish. Let's identify that location first. Just joined. What are we doing? What did I miss? Good. Hello. Good morning or afternoon or evening. I'm getting set up to try to farm the magmotes that I need for the World Breaker snail. The, not the magma shell. We got that one yesterday. But the Scrappy World snail. That's the one. I have the membership. I'm understanding that there's going to be a cave here, and I think that there's going to be an entrance to it on this side of things. I don't know if that's the case. Maybe not. Caves are hard. Cave. 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 Could be. Oh, I'm not a priest. I don't know why I was trying to vampiric touch and shattered pain stuff. I wanna, this is our last week of this patch. We're getting 10:07 in 4 days on the 21st, which is exciting. It's gonna have some new stuff to do. I'm looking forward to the vaults, the scary vaults, as I've decided to call them because I can't figure anything else out. Oh, there's a thingy. There's a thingy. This is a mistake. Oh, there's Vexel anyway. So that's the person I'll need to come back to buy a bonus membership from. I need more motes first, so I gotta actually go farm them. So when you repair it, can I walk on it? Will it take me anywhere? Oh, I lit it on fire. It's burning. Watching your stream, got the Shaw of Anger mount. Other day I was watching, got the Love Rocket. Thanks again for the passive luck. Congrats on the mounts, Besk. That's awesome. This Waygate, I can confirm it is in fact broken. That's what the label said, but I just want everybody to know that I personally checked. It's definitely broken. Someone asked what they'd missed. Stream got annoyed. Strange thing to get bothered by. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I quite follow that one. They're just trying to get caught up. I want, all right, 33.54. So there's hatchlings. When you guys farmed this, those of you that have farmed the Scrappy World snail already, where was your favorite? You just killing anything? You joining groups? What's your favorite kind of farming spot? What's the inside tech? Oh, there's rares. I need to be quite careful not to die. Which might imply that I should chill on... Oh, these lava hatchlings, okay. That I should chill out on trying to solo rare mobs. You know, maybe it'll be safer if I just maybe tag them when someone else is fighting them, but perhaps don't go engage them in honorable single combat. I'm gonna use my membership. I saved it. I stored it. Membership. Oh, thank goodness. I was worried I'd lost it. Alright, we got a 2-day buff. And we can get another one, but we need 20 motes first. So I've got 3 currently. They're in my reagent bag, oddly enough. I wonder if you can actually craft with them. And I'm farming stuff. Quickly in raid groups at the start. I see. Did it while farming keys. Stood in the big courtyard in the middle. AoE'd everything down, but I'm a tank. They can't kill me. Not recommended for non-tanks. Gotcha. Well, I got a story of a memorable victory. Oh, I have a temporary title. Oh, I was gonna say I have to wear my temporary title, but as it turns out, I'm already wearing it. Also, those guys in the lunch break were guarding the key again, but they also, I thought it was a free keyframing. It's not. It was fragments. I got 3 fragments from that instead. So I need 1,020 because we're gonna get 20, and then we're gonna get 1 backup mote or backup membership just in case we die or lose this one or don't finish the grind in time, because this is a 2-day buff and I've got 1,000 motes to farm. I just got 5, so that's something. I'm now up to 8. We'll get 20. We'll buy our backup membership, and then we'll carry on. I can do elites. I just shouldn't try to do like gigantic packs of them or anything. I don't see you wearing any green. What do you mean? It's just it's a forest green. It's a dark green. This is like my one, well, one's arguable, but it's the first green shirt that I could think of that came to mind. I was proud of myself that I remembered. The only reason I remembered is I had a wall calendar. Had to sounds funny. It's past tense doesn't make any sense. This is yesterday. It is still on my wall. I have a, oh gosh, no, too soon. I have a wall calendar. He's so angry. Why are you so angry? Well, it's a good thing. Good call to be carrying health potions. Holy moly. Well, 3 magmotes. I get to keep those. Pac Northwest meets Ireland. Forest green. You can buy a membership without having one active. Okay. I'm gonna buy one while it's active, just in case, just cause, just cause I'm already in the area and I only need another 7 motes. So the Phoenix apparently does not drop any, but these guys supposedly do. Use the extra keys you will farm to return to the quest lady. Have a chance to get another membership card without buying it. Oh. Okay. I guess I'm just a bit cagey about the whole key thing because I've just heard a ton of conflicting information from comments and online and places, so I just want to be better safe than sorry. I also need some more things to farm, but I'm a little nervous about the elites after that last one almost fed me my own bacon. You guys, how scary can you be? Let's light a creation you. Am I wearing all my gear? I am wearing a good chunk of my gear. And then they are buffed. I have chill globe on. We don't get it. We get out of stuff. This might take a while. Oh, I suppose I can check and see if there's key farming groups, but it's certainly not the same age of the expansion that it was when we started this. And by we, I mean everybody else. I feel like I'm late in school. I'm a year behind. I'm still doing social studies and everybody else has moved on to science. Breaking news, conflicting information on the internet. I know, right? I have a really hard time, which is a poor condition to have as a streamer. I have a really hard time coping with conflicting information and sorting it out. It's hard to filter stuff as it is. And then every once in a while someone will rib me good-naturedly and in good fun, but they'll give me a hard time about not taking or not trusting information that I'm given online, and it makes me want to make origami cranes out of gold foil and then soak them in tar and sink them into the sea because it's never as easy as it sounds. Husband's trying to get the corned beef to the perfect simmer. He's on a mission. Going out for a few pints of Guinness later today. I have magnificent plans. I'm gonna stream. I have this cat I'm gonna hang out with. I have raid testing later. It's Friday, so I'm gonna make a news video at some point, and if there's any time in between any of those things, I'm gonna try and take a nap. I don't have high hopes, but I'm pretty behind on sleep, and I'm going a little bit loony. Doing my corned beef tomorrow. This is a thing, evidently. I don't think I'd ever heard of a corned beef. Is it for St. Patty's Day, or is it for something else? Have you seen the internet? Full of weirdos, just like us. It's also got a couple cats on it. That's good. Have you seen this one? Hi, sweetie. Hi. Alright, we're up to 33 magmotes, so I'm gonna get my backup. Besides, it's only 20. I really should have done this on, I mean, this is when it works for my schedule. I do longer streams and weekends, not necessarily today, but this is the wrong cave. I generally will do longer streams Saturday, Sunday, so I figured I can do it today, and then I'll have tomorrow's stream also, because it's a 2-day buff. And there we go. Oh, I still got a skull marker on him. But yeah, definitely fewer people in the area just kind of doing stuff. So we can get a bonus membership. Those are, we don't need any of these things, but we're just saving up for that one. We need 1,000 motes. I've got 13, so we're what, 1.3% of the way there, something like that. Why are brown cats uncommon? Are they? I don't know. She's I guess she's got quite a bit of brown undertone for like a gray tabby cat, but my thought was that brown mackerel tabbies are pretty common. Oh, there's Titan Touched over here. Are those still rare in any meaningful way? Also, I guess I can... Oh, well, maybe the Worldbreakers don't want me killing them. I don't know how contentious they are. I didn't lose my membership, so that's good, but I also did not get any magmotes. I guess it's that would check out. Oh, no, we need to overload it because we may as well. Americanized St. Patty's Day fish bladder beer. Alrighty. I can't say that it's a holiday that I have wild amounts of experience with in my life. We like most of what I remember about it is at school, particularly like younger years, elementary school, there would be maybe like some, dollar store green foil top hats, and there would be banners on the wall featuring leprechauns and lucky cauldrons of gold and that manner of thing. And yeah, maybe some gold loonies like the chocolate ones, perhaps. That's about it. I joined a storm group to farm magmotes. Storm groups are harder to find these days, even when they are up. Yeah, I don't think it's up either. I think, unless I'm missing the icon, I think I've just picked a day where nobody but me needs to be farming out here, as evidenced by the fact that there are a variety of, there's a variety of rares that are just walking around unbothered by anybody. They're not being harassed or waylaid in any way. They're just having a perfectly nice, normal day, which is great for them. Known for one of its ingredients to be fish bladders. Oh, I see. I guess I could make a group. I suppose. Oh, I got a bone. Yarden runes cover the bone. It's a zone drop. I guess maybe you turn it into Rathian and Sibelian. Because we're at 20, we're at 21. 2%. This may, at this rate, go a little longer. Here, I can, let's start a group. The trouble is, I don't know if I should call the group. A second. I have an idea. I was gonna say, I don't know if I should call the group key farming or moat farming, but I have an idea. Can't be as bad as Genesis Moats. Genesis Moats was fine. Genesis Moats was not a problem. But that's partly because I did them in, well, they weren't, it wasn't an elite thing. Like, you were just farming regular non-elite mobs. They hyper spawned pretty reliably in a pretty tiny, tight area. And I did do that grind a lot earlier. I did it at the more socially acceptable time, which meant that there were actual groups. That definitely makes it go faster, especially because it was kind of like there was a spot you would go to, you would join the group, you'd already know what spot they were at, and it was very, you could just kind of hop in, hop out. They were always available. You could go middle of the night, put on some Netflix, watch your weird old movies, and just grind them out. Plus, you could get enough motes for a mount in like 20 minutes, half an hour, and I have a feeling this one is going to go a teeny tiny little bit slower than that, but maybe things will pick up. Have a good day. Yard work to begin. Have a good day at yard work. I'm a teeny tiny itty bitty little bit jealous. I'm feeling the gardening bug again, and I'm I'm making it work with my planters. I'm doing some stuff, but I'm definitely every time I talk to somebody about it, there's always ideas of, oh, new things, and it's the right season for this, and these were doing well, and have you tried these? And I want to try everything. I want to grow all of it, but is balcony? Yep. It's a balcony. I'm mildly limited in my scope here. Have to weed my gardens, I just don't want to. I'm so hard up that I'm about to start offering free weeding services. The trouble with weeding other people's gardens, though, is that I don't know what they consider to be a weed. I don't know. I'd hate to just start pulling out their plants and be like, listen, it just didn't look like it belonged there. I need to, I have some weeds growing in some of my planters. And they're not even like, it's not a land garden, it's just planters, but I do need to weed them. And I just need to check. I think what I'm gonna do is I have one of the apps that can scan a thing and then ID it. So I was thinking of checking to find out what the various plants are, both to just kind of learn a little bit more about them, but also to okay, here we go. You know, find out if anything cool wants to grow there. My thinking of something that has managed to float up into the air, land in a pot on a balcony, and take root is that is a plant with an incredible and admirable zest for life. That thing is trying harder than a lot of things that I could put in there on purpose. So I owe it to that plant to find out what it is and whether or not I might like to have some, because it's decided that it would do very well there. You know, it's self-selecting. If you wait to weed them, there will be more weeding to do. Audrey too. I still haven't seen Little Shop of Horrors, actually. I still never got around to that. Apps are popular among biologists. Why stand there with a book if you can just take a picture? It's very convenient. They're not, obviously, I think they're obviously not 100% accurate, but usually they can at least get you close. Usually, assuming that you have good enough information to give it. A lot of times I will be looking for plants in the garden section of, you know, XYZ hardware store, department store, you know, like kind of your Home Depot situation. And they'll have like a lot of plants that are just labeled tropical plant, indoor plant, house plant. You know, they're not very specifically labeled at all, and they'll all look a bit different. So assuming that it's quiet in the store and I've got some time, one of my favorite things to do is to just kind of wander through the section, IDing them one by one, and then looking through the requirements and trying to figure out which ones would match the conditions that I'm able to give them. You know, which ones have light requirements, or, you know, water requirements or humidity requirements that are similar to stuff that I'm already keeping, that might, you know, feel at home on one of my multiple windowsills. Could be brought up by birds, animals. Squirrels apparently around here are big on bulbs. They will steal them. Although, whether, you know, I think personal property is a bit of a tricky concept if you're a squirrel. Gonna leave that train of thought alone. Squirrels will take bulbs, but I have found them to stash bulbs in my planters. I have found bulbs that I did not originate in planters on my balcony where the squirrels have been at them. And some of them have started to sprout now, and I'm direly curious, assuming that they are left there, I'm direly curious as to what plant it turns out to be. Obviously some kind of a bulb, like a presumably flowering plant, but I didn't recognize, I don't know. I thought they were planting nuts, and then and now they're growing. Can you call community thieves. No, it was something about squirrels and capitalism, and then I realized I haven't had enough coffee to try to be witty, and it's not going to go anywhere good. Find the best deal in the regular price. Yeah, I mean, I guess that is the thing too. Maybe you'll find like a plant in just like the $3.50 section that is a rarer plant that might be worth more, but I'm not usually too fussed about the quote value of a house plant, especially that I'm buying, because having it be expensive doesn't mean anything to me. I'm not real worried about having the rare and fancy plants. If anything, I'm just more stressed out if they die if they were expensive. I'm looking for cheap, inexpensive, clearance, bargain. Sometimes they have a shelf of plants that are nearly dead and you can get them for next to nothing. I'm all about that. Because it's like the opposite of gambling. It's not like instead of losing like an investment, you have very little to lose except for your time and, you know, like the spot that you're going to try and grow it, and I guess maybe a little bit of potting soil. And then if it lives, then you have a plant. I would never sell my plants. I'm not against it. Selling things involves talking to people and meeting strangers, and I'm not about that. But I like the idea of having the collection increase in value and not decrease via my own ministerings. Oh, I need more coffee. Even though I'm never going to, it's not like my plant collection is my net worth in you know, it's tied up in plants. I can convert this to liquid cash. Just give me 4 days and use Victoria. Is my time the most valuable thing I have? I think my cat's the most valuable thing I have. Bonus rolls did I farm earlier this week? I don't know. 6, 5, something like that. Like on 2 characters, so I guess maybe 12. Avocado nut in a pot in my porch. Squirrels dug it up and took it away. Alright, this is going much better. We're at 90. We're already almost at 10%. One I don't know why the math is the part that's sticking me this morning. 100 motes will be 10% of 1,000 motes. Good. Decimal places. Stop at 6. Yeah, I figure because I'm only farming 1 boss a week, if I was taking each character that was bonus rolling to 2 bosses that were going to use those rolls, I would probably do double that. But I figure 6 weeks worth of bonus rolls is long enough that it becomes a later me problem to try and worry about it. RTS Planner, thank you very much for the 32-month resub. Appreciate it. Also, Mikey Mike had a 32-month resub as well, both with 32 months. Many months, but there will be many more months. Thanks, guys. Same spot? Yeah. Yeah, 6 felt reasonable. 8 if you're overachieving, and oh, alright, there we go. What's this? Drums? Bags. Cash? Cash. Oh. Primal Chaos gets converted to gold in patch 10.1. So not this upcoming patch, but the next one. I noticed this because I was on PTR raid testing and I was looking through my bags and I thought, wow, there's like a bunch of gray items here called Depleted Primal Chaos. I could get like 800 gold for all this. I think it's possible that my character had 800 Primal Chaos, so I think it's like a pretty poor conversion rate, like 1 gold per chaos, but I haven't been using them in quite some time. Hear many anything? Think many whelps. Handle it. The, wasn't the operator Thogar in, Draenor? Did he do like a many whelps joke where he said something about many trains? Because I know the many whelps joke. And or quote, you know, collective consciousness memory. I'm familiar with many whelps. It's just that when I think of it, it's tied up in trains. I think of the trains first. Whoa. Well, that's an ambitious and brave pull. All right. What can I do here? You're gonna. I have a... Wash your feet, wash your feet. No kick for that. I do have Unravel that I can use. D4 closed beta starting. Queue time 2 hours. It seems like people are really excited about it. Is it naive of me to think that because they've been working on it so long that it must be good? I know sometimes that games can have the opposite, like they work on it too long and it just starts to get either dated or just a little bit too in its own soup. But I don't know. I feel like if they wanted to put it out for good publicity or for, you know, good share numbers or whatever, there would have been about 50,000 opportunities for them to do that ahead of time. Earlier than now. It's so late that I feel like the only reason must be that it's finally good enough. Naive, I know. I want to use this. Yeah, that one. Server's not holding up. Who could have guessed? It's almost a rite of passage. Would almost be disappointed if the servers did hold up. How do you know it's a good game if the servers are working first thing? 1020. Well, now we're up to 142 of 1,000. 10.4%. 10.42%. Eventually that game is going to stop being fun. The convert magmotes into progress bar in brain game, but for now, getting a kick out of it. What else am I getting while I'm farming all this? Obviously keys, which I suppose I should stop vendoring because apparently I'll never know when I need more of them. I'm gonna have a big old pack of key fragments and framing and whatnot. Am I spec'd into Cauterizing Flame? I'm not. Okay. Just making sure because I could be. Oh, got my mind on my money. Apparently I'm getting gold. Counts for something. It's also not the correct percentage. 140 of 1,000 is not 10.4%. 14%. Yeah. There we go. What if I just made new math? What if I just made Hazel math where the rules are meat? I was saying something about coffee, yeah. I'm not doing so hot. I've had a few too many late nights in a row, and I'm not doing so hot. That's blue. There's a big blue dot, but that's not the right big blue dot. I don't know what that big blue dot is. We're leaving though. The weather's really nice though. That's kind of nice. It's sunny. It's not hot yet, of course, but not rainy, not super windy. Just like some nice bright sunshiny days. Lots of natural light. We haven't had a whole lot of that since summer. Well, no, October. We had a really long summer, but it's refreshing. I was getting a little gloomy indoors. Doing so late. I was finishing a thing. And then I also had a family thing, so I did and then there was raid testing yesterday, so I couldn't do it in the afternoon. It was just a day that had a couple of different things in it. I can't be more specific, unfortunately, but it is. I did do the thing. Lots of things. Did I enjoy raid testing? Kind of, yeah. There was a thing that made my heart drop into the pits of hell, where you put together raid testing groups, right? And I get on early and log on and get into a group and I'm all ready to go. It's not my normal group, but you know, it seems like everything's gonna be fine. And then we all start trying to zone into the instance when it opens after like half an hour of waiting around. And then there's this bug or this issue or whatever, this requirement that's never been seen before. At least I've never seen it before in raid testing in all my years of doing that. Where the groups weren't allowed in unless there was an error message saying that you needed to be on the same realm. And there's like 4 or 5-ish PTR realms. And everybody's just kind of on a random one because up until this point it didn't matter what PTR realm you were on. You could kind of join whatever group. But we were getting this error message saying that you needed to be on the same realm. So, you know, I got kicked out of the group because I was not in the same realm of the leader. And then I have to, in a hurry, find a new group that is on my, in a hurry, find a new group that's on my actual realm. Which I did. I was raid testing with Flabby, and Flabby's much better at vetting groups than I am. So he got us in somewhere. We tested both fights. I saw the mechanics. I'm happy with how it went, but it was a bit stressful at the very beginning because normally the hardest part is just getting into the group and be like, okay, I've got a plan, I've got people to test this with, and then, you know, the thing opens up and you're like, all right, 1 hour to test the fight, and you've been kicked from the group. It's like, oh dear Lord, I'm not emotionally prepared for this today. Murky-on, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Sunny up here, snow's been sublimating, but slowly, oh so slowly. But the fights themselves were cool. We tested the first boss and then one of the middle ones. The first boss has not, it's pretty simple, which is kind of to be expected for a first boss. It's normally how they go. But it's simple in a way where the longer it goes, and especially if you spend a long time in the last phase, it's gonna get kind of hectic. So I feel like it'll actually put up a bit of a fight when we first get there. And when people are first stepping into the raid, but later on when everybody outgears it and they're all used to it, it's going to fall over quite easily and not be very troublesome of a farm boss, which I think is good. It looks cool. I'm curious if they're going to add any more mechanics to it, or... Don't get stuck on anything. I can't die. Evoker third's back? Oh, I hope so. Felt it was time to sub. Been following the YouTubes for a long time. Aw, shucks. Thanks. Stream's pretty chill. We do, I do farming. We chat. We talk about life-ish. As much life as I have to talk about anyway. The first boss was a heroic boss, but it seems straightforward even for that. Yeah, that is a good point. I feel like compared to... I mean, Eggnog is not that complicated of a boss. I would put it around on par with Aragon. But, I don't know. In my mind, I was kind of comparing it to Terragru, because, or the wall boss from like the last two first bosses from Shadowlands. And those were both easy bosses, but they had a little more going on. The first one did feel quite simple. But I don't think that necessarily makes it bad. It's got like a mechanic, and then it's dangerous if you don't do it. So you gotta pay attention to do it properly, but you don't have to learn a ton of stuff, which I think is fine. It'll certainly make it a very fast raid guide video. Can't complain too much about that. Worst boss in terms of being a brick wall. Fruitful mode hunting. Thank you. We're up to 20%. 20.8% this time. 5%. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say we'll get this done today, and maybe we will. It's a 9:52. Let's see. Maybe I'm being optimistic. Certainly tomorrow, if not today. But this is going much faster now that I've got some help. Oh, you're wondering what the worst boss is in terms of being a brick wall for the first boss of the raid, or just in general? The walliest wall boss that I can think of off the top of my head the ones that come to mind were the rolly balls, the spiky rolly balls, Painsmith or Halandris. Last expansion, I'm sure there's other ones. Yeah, on Mythic, I feel like you can make a real argument for Halandris being a ridiculous brick wall. Painsmith also, yeah, indeed, Pain. He got like we had to try a bit hard to do Painsmith on normal and heroic, but I feel like most of the really ridiculous stuff was the issues were Mythic for both of those bosses, which is one of the reasons that I'm sometimes quite relieved that I don't raid Mythic. Is every now and then I look at their mechanics in the dungeon journal and I go, oh boy, those are some problems that I do not have. Boss I had the most pulls on was Mythic Anduin in Shadowlands. It's funny how Sylvanas was the last boss of that raid, and she was like a really long fight, and it was kind of remembered, at least from me and people I've heard from, as sort of an annoying fight, but not like hard, you know. I'm not saying that she was easy, especially at the end, but I feel like that was one of the roughest examples of a raid boss that we've had for a final boss in a long time, because it was like long and finicky, but not in a way that felt satisfying at all if you did it. It was very punishing if you messed it up, and it was just, but it wasn't like, I don't know, it wasn't. It's rough to just say it wasn't fun, especially because I'm not enough of an armchair dev to quantify what would make it fun, but something was missing with that one. I don't currently have plans to look at Diablo 4. I would never say never, but it's a bit out of my normal spectrum of gaming. Chase Along the Chains was not great. Glorified ad rates and platforming. The last phase I thought was kind of neat, and then the time pressure made it. The last phase felt fine. It was just, you had to do so much to get there. The first phase felt completely arbitrary because there was no real, it was health gated, so there was no real, I think it was health gated, no point of getting ahead, you know. It didn't really matter how well you did there. All you had to do was just kind of make it through there and then not die or like use up all your V-reses in the first phase. Preschool Days, thank you very much for the 4-month resub. Happy Friday, happy Friday. Favorite boss was Spine and Deathwing because I had to figure it all out all on my own. Phase 2 should have been shorter. Phase 1 and 3 were good. Oh. What is your favorite fight from this last raid that we've just done now? From Vault of the Incarnates, what's your guys' top fight? I'm gonna think about it. What do I like doing? I'm a healer. Taros is fun healing. Taros is fun healing. It's predictable, it's stacked, it's heavy. There's good opportunity to flex if that's something that you want to do. I would say Kurog is a little bit, it's also fun healing, but like more mechanics to manage, which makes it a little bit more interesting. Like Dathia, Broodkeeper. Oh, you like healing Broodkeeper? Oh, you are a braver person than me. Got Raz without dying? Thanks. What role you play can change your opinion of a fight. I have DPS Vault. I have run the whole raid as a DPS before, but actually, is that true? Yeah, no, I think I had at least a normal week where I just did the entire thing as Devastation. But all my first impressions are based on healing it. Killing Brood isn't that bad. I don't like killing Brood. It's just, it's not that it's, I mean, it's not that it's easy. It's just annoying in my personal subjective experience. I tank heal, so I'm chasing after the tank. I'm trying to not let him die to the big smash debuff. I only have like 3 people to heal. They're all spread out. They're all moving around. I'm an evoker. They're everybody's fine until all of a sudden they're not, and then all of a sudden they're fine again. It's long, I'm everybody's half dead and extremely far from me. Seems suboptimal. A teeny tiny bit. And maybe our strat's like a little bit more chaotic than it needs to be. Sometimes that's the case. We've had quite a few instances of raid progression in the last couple tiers where we would have a really hard time in a fight, we would brute force our way through it, and then we would go, oh, maybe we should stack, and then we would all stack for healing and everything would be fine. There's quite a few different fights where we had to independently come to that realization of what if we just group up for healing. But you got it. There's a good chunk of moving around on the Broodkeeper. Senarth is a priest. It's just tears. Who likes Senarth? Which healer shows up to Senarth and goes, "Oh yeah, this is my kit." I do okay on Senarth. I run the reversion build, and I do all right. But it definitely doesn't feel optimal for me. Ardrid's okay in Senarth? Oh yeah, I guess that would make sense. I know these big pulls are the efficient way to do it. I should probably give it another second for the pulls to get stacked up before I get too carried away. Also, I need to put popping cooldowns a little bit more often. I have, I can Dragon Rage every 2 minutes. It's a great cooldown. Big AoE. 33% of the way there. 1/3 done. I'm an Evoker healer. Senarth Haruk is my best healing parse fight every time. Oh. I haven't looked at my parses in a long time. I was looking at my parses early in the first couple weeks when I was trying to kind of figure out what builds I liked and how to squeeze some more healing out. And then once I felt like I was doing enough healing, I just didn't look anymore. I just got lazy and stopped. Bad at pressing blossoms though. I don't know if I was parsing on it because I feel like the blossom builds, there's probably somebody doing it better than me, but Big Blossoms Taros, or even early progression Big Blossoms Eggnog was huge numbers because you had this predictable AoE raid healing where everybody was stacked that you could plan for, and then you could just smash it at the triple blossoms. Going by work class flaws. Evokers like Senarth? I do all right on it. I'm not happy though. Guild has melee. GM runs Blossom on every fight. It's a good build. It's a good build. I used to run it on every fight before I got my tier set bonus. Once I had tier, it was hard to. I still use it on Taros, but it's hard to get away from the reversions build for other stuff because it's gonna proc your tier set. But I also haven't read any theory crafting in a long time on it. So who's to say? Things will change next patch too. Evokers like every single fight. Reversion builds are boring. Yeah, they're all right. The Blossoms build was fun, but it was a little bit on the ridiculously simple side. It was I would be just mashing the Blossoms and it would be doing big throughput. And I'd be looking at the meters being like, this is a little bit too easy. This does not feel like I am working hard enough for the output that I'm getting here. Maybe that's what I liked about it. So fun on Taros, though. No current plans to play Diablo 4. I'm not really much of a Diablo person. Hurts my hands. Too much clicking. Yeah, people are saying there's a pretty good queue there too. 3-minute queue. Can't wait. Yeah, I heard that this is a Diablo beta free weekend, something like that. I don't even know if my computer can run the game yet. Open beta weekend. Next one is open beta. Oh, I see. Pre-order open beta. Gotcha. Closed beta day, public beta next week, something like that, released in June. I had heard secondhand something about somebody complaining about the Diablo 4 beta weekend overlapping with raid testing, which I thought was really funny, just because those are two somewhat separate things. And but I guess there's raid testing this weekend, and there's also raid testing next weekend, and then also the weekend after that. Well, by weekend I mean Thursday, Friday. It's midweek for me, but I hope. I'm curious as to what the bosses that we tested today end up looking like. The ones we saw yesterday were pretty cool. You seem immune to hype. One of the things I love about you. Curious if you've always been like this. I mean, I feel like it's one of my worst qualities as a content creator. I think it makes me kind of boring. You know, people are like really excited about something and they want to share that with a creator, and then they show up to their creator and their creator's like, yeah, well, I don't know, tell me if it's good next year. And it just seems like kind of a flaw if you ask me. I have been like this for a good amount of time. I don't know if forever. I feel like I got more hype for things, or at least WoW things, when I was younger, maybe? I would assume. I don't know. What did I look forward to? Or did I look forward to, like, movies? I didn't really look forward to movies. I must have looked forward to WoW expansions. I think I got hyped for WoW expansions. Like, Mop and Warlords. Maybe Legion? Maybe Legion was what burned me out of it. Not 100%. This guy's very, very... Oh, they get a, Oh, it's an enrage. Auto attacks refresh the duration, and it reduces their damage taken by 100%. And there's a person here that is not Flabby. I understand what's happened. Okay. I was like, well, why is Flabby still hitting it? That doesn't seem like him. It's not Flabby. That's why. Run away to kite him. Gotcha. They're a pretty good pack of stuff. I have Dragon Rage up for this ball. I don't have I thought, oh, you know what I should do is I should check details and see if I'm doing any damage. You know, sometimes I press the cooldowns and it feels like I'm really getting somewhere. And I knew, because of how slowly my farming was going beforehand and how quickly it's going now, I knew that I realistically couldn't take a whole lot of credit for it, but here, we'll get it all grouped up. I don't have Dragon Rage, but I will have a, well, I guess all grouped up is going to be a bit of a tough proposition here. I have, you know, deep breath, something. I'm spec'd into it being on a 1 minute cooldown. Percent is 40.5. 40.5. I'm looking forward to collecting cosmetics in 10.07, but I'm also still collecting cosmetics from 10.0, clearly, as I'm doing currently. I guess I'm not that far from being caught up on the ones that I can reasonably farm. We do this snail, we do a bunch of Nakud for Divine Breath of Onara. And then, like, what else can I really grind? The Vicious Mount, I guess, from this season would be the other thing on the list. But I think if I want to do more damage, I need to make sure that Dragon Rage, Carnal X, and Deep Breath, to the best of my ability, stay off cooldown. Or stay on cooldown. That'd be good. I guess I could have picked up the Rathian quests, but then I would have had to. Oh yeah, here's a big one. You guys could There you go. Yeah, go over there. There's one button. Yeah, there you go. Okay, it's not... Why is it only 50k? I know in Raid in a really big pool with a good Dragon Rage, I can do like 120, 150. 1% per minute might be making that up. It's going a lot faster now that I'm A, farming with Flabby, but B, letting Flabby gather things before I just unload on them. We're doing slightly bigger pulls now. Up to 43, 1%. Well, you're right, 1% per minute. For some reason I thought 10 minutes. I'm just adding decimal places and zeros in my brain. Do I think it's too late to work hard in professions and make gold? Kind of. A little bit, yeah. For a lot of gold. I'm sure you can still work hard in professions and make gold, especially because there's going to be people that are washing out of professions because they perceive it to be not worthwhile anymore. So there will be gaps in places where you can make profit, but I don't think that it's going to be anywhere near as much profit as it was originally. However, there's going to be new spikes in demand for all the consumables. And there's still going to be a limited pool of people that can make them, even if it's more people than there was originally. So I think what your best bet would be to, and then also gear, is to just get as caught up on whatever it is that you wanted to make before, you know, you've got some time, but before Embers of Neltharion and Aberrus come out, because those are going to drive a new spike in demand, and that's going to be your next best bet. It's not like there's no more gold to be made from professions for the rest of the expansion. It's just that right now is a little bit of a downtime because there's not as much demand and because more people have caught up on their profession knowledge, but there's certainly people that never will. I think you're going to have a better chance at making gold with Dragonflight professions, assuming that you put the time in, than other expansions, even with starting late. Just not as good as it was when it started. Getting your knowledge leveled up so you are like as capped as you can be on things like inspiration and resourcefulness ahead of future patches will be super good, because there's going to be new recipes that you can get out of like the new raid, for example. And if you want to be making those real good, then getting started out would be nice. I need to keep remembering to kite those guys. There we go. They get very scary. How many keys could I make? I have 24 framings and 351 fragments. This is more key farming than I've done in this entire expansion up until this point. Okay, what do we got? I'm getting some rousing earth, some elementals. Cloth I'm not too fussed about. I haven't been making gold very much in the past month or so. 2 months maybe. I haven't really been spending gold either, so you know, we're not losing it, but I guess I'm just saving for later something. I wonder if they're cautious about adding gold sync mounts and just gold sync cosmetics, because they tend to get some backlash every time that they do that. I wonder if it's just because I kind of miss them, you know. It's just a cosmetic thing. It's on the vendor. You don't have to have it. You might need it later, like Bloodlust. Ah, I am never the arbiter of Bloodlust. I know I have the button, but that's It's not my choice to make. Don't turn in keys randomly. There's achievements you can progress on with keys. My thinking is I'm going to stash all of the key-related objects and paraphernalia in my bank and then forget about them forever. I'm not going to vendor anymore because every time I've done that, I've come to realize that it was a mistake. But I'm lost. I also don't know if and when I'm gonna work on... I don't even remember how to go underneath, which I'm assuming is what's happened here. I don't remember. There's a door somewhere. It might be over this way. I'd say normally achievements that are just for their own sake aren't something that I usually do, but... and that's true. But saying that and then getting rid of a bunch of keys is just a good way to jinx it. Fail to find that door every time. I'm adding it to my personal vendetta against caves. Just because they put down some flooring and they added some light fixtures and they have some cute stairs doesn't make it not a cave. If they're basically free, no reason not to do them. I thought you said my time was the most valuable thing I have. That's every reason not to do it. Almost halfway there. Almost. Oh, he's like a dude. Chill globe is the other thing that does damage that I need to remember to press. What makes a house not... I don't know if that's a typo or a word that I'm not familiar with. My eyes first said cat, or first saw cat, and thought houses aren't cats because houses never sleep. Oh, a cave, I see. As far as I'm concerned, basement is cave. Dark room, cave. Cellar, cave. There's a chest over there, but it doesn't. It's an enemy. It's an elite mechanical enemy. That makes me think there's like a trick to it, like a key. I don't know. I got nothing. You drag it upstairs to the blacksmith guy? Oh, fancy. Oh, I see. Okay. So I have some time to plan out what I'm going to use. I've got Dragon Rage. Oh, I've got Dragon Rage and I've got, thingy. This one. Let's do this first. Yeah, we don't need Dragon Rage for this pull. We'll save it for the next one. Boxes in caves for cats. One thing I've noticed while I've been out for walks in weather this nice is the first sunny days of spring are like prime time for happy cats. There are cats lounging on porches and stoops and balconies and just on the sidewalk. Anywhere that there's like warm sun and there's been warm sun for a while, I have found cats lounging, happy sleeping cats. I guess I assume they're happy. Maybe they're just preheating so that they can cook something very tiny by laying on top of it, but they look pretty happy. It's cute. Rare in here? Something like that. Invent solar panels you can strap onto the cats. Defrosting. Sometimes I see people with these solar paneled like patio lights, kind of, that they like put in yards, and they've got like just the teeny tiny little solar panel on it, but all it does is power the little light. And I'm curious as to how effective those are. I'm curious as to how efficient they are. The closest I have ever experienced personally of this technology in my own life that I had access to was glow-in-the-dark clothing and or toys as a kid, where I would expose it to as much light as I could to stock it up and then marvel as it released it once again. But those never seemed wildly efficient. That or calculators was the other thing. All of my school calculators were solar powered. Solar being a strong word for the fluorescent lights inside schools. Front porch south facing gets super warm. All the neighborhood cats take turns sleeping there. Oh, my front door stairs. Scary cat. Oh. They use heat from windows exposed to sun to generate electricity. Built into the siding. Oh, that sounds fancy. Sounds expensive. I have a limit to my kicks. Go over that way. We are up to 530 motes, which I think is delightful. I think there's no way that we don't finish this today. 530 motes by 11:20. 53.8% of the way there. I don't even think I'm going to need the backup membership. Range limit, cooldown limit, and limit on kicks. Plus, I only got 2 feet. No matter how much I huff and puff and try and wish, I really only have 2 feet. This morning was one of those days where I woke up and I was really tired, and I knew that if I wanted to have a good day, the best possible thing I could do was drag myself out of bed and go for a run. And I just did not have the willpower to do it. I knew without doubt and for a fact that I was going to be more tired and more miserable the rest of the day if I stayed in bed, because I knew I couldn't go back to sleep, you know, like I don't wake up wildly long before stream. It's not like there's a ton of time to just actually like get any more proper rest. You're just procrastinating getting up. But I didn't have it in me. It's cold out of bed. You often find yourself wishing for more feet. Oh, really? Never. It wouldn't be bad to have some backup feet just in case you damage your first ones, but I would worry that I wouldn't take really good care of my feet if I knew I had extras. You know, you would think you're just dropping things on them. You're failing to purchase protective steel-toed footwear. It would be nice if I could have an extra brain that I could just keep, you know, to swap out, just to rotate whenever this one needs a rest. I would like that. Oh, there's a quest. I didn't know there was a quest. This is news to me. Out-of-body brain maintenance with a rental for that time. I guess you could make an argument that sleeping is kind of like in-body brain maintenance. You're just, you're letting it recharge. You're agreeing not to use it for a while. You're plugging it in, and then letting it regenerate. It's just sometimes it works better than others. I wonder if he wants keys. Because I can probably turn keys into him too. And then get, because I've got extra keys. And they would give me caches. The last time the cache gave me some motes. I got 3 mag motes from that. 256 gold. Yeah, I guess it's not wildly worth it at 3 motes apiece. You can get more from killing truly any mob. Okay. You know what I think my trouble is? I didn't make enough. I didn't bake enough this winter. I didn't make enough desserts or muffins or cookies or stews or breads. I had a strong start and then I completely gave up. And I think, because I'm thinking that I enjoy the nice weather so much more that it makes me really kind of depressed about the prospect that winters are just going to keep coming back. You know, knock on wood. I'm going to have to do something about winter. Nickel Brett, thank you very much for the 5-month resub. That's my trouble for what? Well, it's the trouble. I'm emotionally unprepared to cope with the fact that even though winter leaves, it will come back again. And I need to have a better strategy to manage it next time. Not over for me. Still the Christmas tree up. The Christmas tree. I don't have a muffin tin. And the reason I don't have a muffin tin is because I don't make muffins or eat muffins. But I always think that I would, and then buy a tin and then don't do it, which is kind of why I haven't done it now. It's because every time in my life that I've done this, I've made muffins potentially one time, and then never again. But I'm once again in the denial phase of I should get a muffin tin. I could make muffins. I could make bran muffins. I could make blueberry muffins. I could just make other foods and then make them into a muffin shape via the muffin tin. I could use the muffin tin to make pesto pucks. Pesto pucks. It's like a little hockey puck made out of pesto. You just freeze it. The Christmas stump. Rarely think about muffins. I like them, but do not eat them very often. It's hard to find a meal where they fit into, because I find that a muffin is not sufficient for breakfast. It just doesn't have, unless you're putting cheese in it or something, it wouldn't have the protein and the fat content. It would be mostly just sugar and starch. You can maybe get some fiber if you're doing like a good raisin bran muffin, but again, they're going to be kind of high sugar for breakfast. But they're not so sweet that I consider them as like a dessert or like a treat. You know, if I'm craving something sweet, I want like an actual pastry or a donut, or, you know, I have some Nanaimo bars in my freezer that I made recently. Those do the job if it's like 4 o'clock and I want something with a cup of tea. And then I'm just not much of a snacking person. I just generally won't snack. So keeping things around with the express purpose of snacking on them doesn't make any sense. Best I can do is fit them together as part of like a piecemeal lunch, where I just keep putting snacks onto a plate until I decide that that's enough food to constitute lunch. You get yourself some goldfish crackers and some sliced vegetables and a chopped up piece of fruit and some slices of cheese and, you know, thing of granola and a little dish of Greek yogurt, and you're like, all right, yeah, that adds up to lunch more or less. I did make the bars. I did. I thought I talked about this. Maybe not. The chocolate too thick on top because chocolate hard to pour. I melt extra chocolate. Use too much, make too thick. Vague thick. Knock knock. But still delicious. Have I seen the Muffin Man? I don't know. You can't just ask somebody whether or not they're a Muffin Man. I've seen a variety of people. I couldn't say with definitive certainty whether or not any of them. They all could be the Muffin Men. I used to take muffins in with me to school. That used to be the muffin thing. Was I would have my mother would pre-make batches of muffins and then wrap them individually and keep them in the freezer. And then you would just take a muffin out of the freezer and just throw it in your backpack on your way to school. And then by the time that like locker break came around, it had defrosted, and you would have that either with your lunch or you would have it in between classes at school. And that made more sense to me. Have I seen the Shrek movies? I have. The only one that I've seen enough to know well is the first one. I've seen the later ones, but not for a long time, and only once, I believe. The sequels. For a long time, I had a bit of resentment about love stories where the end goal of the love story was for the people falling in love to have children. Because in my brain, potentially from my own projection and preferences and traumas, that was ruining it. I couldn't understand why all these people were going to all this hard work of falling in love and then they were just going to have children. It just seemed like a giant counterintuitive. Didn't make any sense. They're talking about making a new one. It's one of those things that I feel like they want to stop. And I thought they did stop. Maybe it's just too profitable to stop. Maybe they just don't have any better ideas. They can't come up with anything better. The soundtrack of the first Shrek movie is iconic, and I'll accept no statements to the contrary. I gotta unhide that achievement. We don't want that. We don't want that. I don't want that. Or that. Anything more profitable? Yeah. There is that. 65. 65.7%. We're smoking through this. Plus, unlike Genesis modes, you do this, you get the one mount, and then it's over. There's nothing else reasonably that we're using mag modes for. It's just the one thing. Am I willing to defend Smash Mouth against any comers? You know, whenever I'm on Broodmaster and I have the opportunity to DPS and I tag around with the ad group and I kill ads, I can never for the life of me, because we're usually tanking ads right against the wall so that they stay well out of range of the boss. I can't deep breath on the ads. There's never enough room. I'm always like pivoting to the side and to the side and to the side and just trying to like find the angle where I'm allowed to deep breath, and by then everything's dead. Everything's super dead by then. I haven't spent enough time as a Devastation Evoker to be particularly good at it, and that's one area where I really struggle. It's tough to deep breath effectively. Not just anybody can lay waste to a village. Nymeria7, thank you very much for the 11-month reset. Appreciate it. New company this time around, still DreamWorks. What do you think the best new, like, animated family movie is that's come out in the last, like, 5 years or so? Aside from Encanto, because that's cheating. Encanto's the best one. But everything else. I loved Encanto so much that it gave me a bunch of hope that I would be on a new kick of really enjoying animated family movies again, but it was just that one. Everything else did not measure up. Mediocrity Squared with an 11-month reset. Thank you very much. Klaus, Puss in Boots. Was it good? You liked it? Really enjoyed Klaus. I don't think I saw that. I don't think I've heard of that one. Who made it? What's the premise? The Netflix movie with the robots was good. Coco was 2017. Mitchell's versus Machines. The fact that 2018 is 5 years ago. Oh, it's a Netflix Christmas movie. Oh. Having four different people independently vouch for it's a pretty good sign. Hello, hello. How are you? Yeah, maybe I'll have to try that one. I'm fine, and you? I am doing all right. Family movie? Yeah, animated family movie. Wearing the Hunter tier helm. No expectations, just nice, hitting the right spots. Is Fast and the Furious animated enough for that to count? Is the Fast and the Furious an animated movie? I've never seen any of them. My understanding is that people drive cars very quickly. And I've never been all that impressed by that because I figure it's more, I mean, I'm sure it's important that they don't crash into things, although sometimes they do. it's more of, you know, the impressive person is whoever designed the car. People running very fast, that I can understand. Vin Diesel basically a cartoon, so maybe it's a movie all about family. Cars, good family movie. I wonder what I need my Dragonelle supplies for lately. I know for a long time early in Dragonflight I was kind of hoarding them. I didn't want to spend them. I was saving them up because I didn't want to not have enough when I unlocked something. But now I have, you know, you can assume that I've unlocked everything that I'm going to get access to. Or at least most of it. I've finished all of the renowns at least. And I must have, how much do I have? I have 9,713 Dragonelle supplies in this character. I should probably buy, I mean, I guess some of the stuff is quite expensive, but I could probably buy a few pieces of transmog or like Drake customizations or something that I missed out on. Yeah, Turning Red was really cute. I actually really liked that one. I'm disappointed you didn't rescue Flappy Forward once so far. He probably has a better idea than I do of where the character should be. I love Turning Red. Yeah, that was really, really, really cute. I was also a young person around that same era, approximately. So some of the nostalgia was relevant for me. Did I watch Schitt's Creek? I saw the first season of it. I thought it was very funny. I had a hard time watching it though. Sometimes sitcoms will give me secondhand embarrassment in a way that's a bit painful, and even if they're very funny and they're very good, sometimes they hurt. That's one that I was very much on the fence with because it was really funny, but it also hurt me. I eventually stopped with it. I saw more than the first season, blocked it out of my memory. That's probably true. I saw enough to know that I like Dan Levy though. Because who doesn't? %. 705 magmos. I wonder how Flabby's doing. I think he's also farming them, but he started a little later than me, but it's not like I've farmed very many of them before. Okay. HEMACT, thank you very much for a brand new sub 3 months in advance. Holy smokes. Appreciate it. You like Jane the Virgin? Was it new? It's not new, right? When did that come out? I feel like I have memories of seeing ads for that like a long time ago. Hazel TV, thanks for the brand new sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Yeah, Kim's Convenience was cute. I definitely saw that. Oh, Scout Packs. I definitely watched that. For a season like 2014. Oh, no, I must be thinking of something else then. I hope your stream's going well. Thanks. I hope your Friday's going well. Okay, I'm making much better progress than I figured I would. I'm getting carried a little bit in my magma farm for the world snail. Okay. Onward, definitely a good one too. I feel like that one I sat out. Like I watched the trailer and then I didn't see it. Inside Out I liked a lot. I am stuck. I'm in jail. I am trapped. Did I deep breath my way in here? Can I... Oh, that's I wonder if I can rescue my way out. I can rescue my way out, okay. Yeah, you need a target to rescue, but thankfully I had one handy. If you could rescue yourself, I would be much faster at raid runbacks. I have to find somebody to give a lift to in order to get the lift myself. So sometimes people say, no, I'm okay, I don't need it. I'm going fast enough. And then I say, well, I'm not. You're coming with me. Watching what I thought was live? Nope. Hi. But we are live. Hello. It's what is it? It's 10:39 a.m. West Coast time on March the 17th of 2023, which is bananas. Enjoying a perfect banana at the moment? I guess it's banana day. Happy banana day. I have I need to catch up on bananas on my counter. Maybe no, I don't like banana bread. I go over this time and time again where my bananas are getting a little bit overripe, and the conventional wisdom is, oh, just make banana bread. And it's really not a big deal. It's not a problem. This is not a real issue that anybody has, but every time that this situation occurs, it always drives me nuts because I don't like banana bread. And apparently I get very angry about not liking banana bread. I don't know why this is so frustrating to me. I just make a bunch of smoothies or something. Oh, it was yesterday's, but I see. Well, I saw your sub just now in my stream. Chat pre-recorded. Do you think Drakthir are going to get a tank spec? Drakthir eventually, certainly. Whether they're adding one onto Evoker within the expansion, maybe? I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it. Freeze them for smoothies. I used to do that too, and then I had just this stash of like year-old bananas in my freezer, and it occurred to me that I was not going to use them. It occurred to me that whenever I made smoothies, I would just use fresh bananas, because bananas are the one remaining food that is still really cheap. I don't know why bananas are immune to the food inflation that I've seen everywhere else, or maybe they did inflate and I just didn't notice and they were really, really cheap before. But if I just want average, run-of-the-mill, non-organic, normal bananas, I can still buy them for like a couple of dollars. And you can't do that with a whole lot of things anymore, so I will often have them just to have something fresh and around. But I'll make smoothies with those first. Today is not International Banana Day. It's International... Hazel says it's Banana Day. Is there an International Banana Day? There must be. People designate days for all kinds of things. Bananas are my worst nightmare. Worst nightmare. Of course there is. Do you think I could think of anything and it would be a genuine International Day? Like a day in favor of, you know, Alaskan king crab? Food rescue app. 4 kilogram bags, mildly ripe bananas. 1 to 2 euros every day. That's quite a few bananas. International Hazel Day. I'm sure there's a hazelnut day. If we just mean hazel like me, then I would designate my birthday. September the 8th is International Hazel Day. It's my birthday. March 9th, Crab Meat Day. What about crab welfare? When do we celebrate crabs that we're not planning on eating? Hazelnut Cake Day on June 1st. Raise a toast to the tasty hazelnut cake. Hazel Day should be Hazel Con Day. What on earth would we do at a Hazel convention? I feel like I'm pretty strongly characterized by a dislike of events and lack of live social skills, which does not sound like a fun convention. I got nothing. I don't have any games to announce. I don't have any projects to unveil. I don't party very well. Not con, the trademark's already registered. Woo! I'm running away. It's because of the stacking bleed. That's how they get you. Guided neighborhood cat tour, of course. Convention full of introverts doing pet battles. Gather up, sit around, stare awkwardly at each other. We come up with an icebreaker routine and we just go around in the circle. Hi, I'm Hazel. Yesterday, I asked my cat if she was alright, and she just looked at me, and now I don't know. Talk about food, get hungry. At least I have a backup membership if I do manage to get myself murdered by the scale guys. Hopefully not. We're at 78%. I just gotta hold on for another 22% of this grind. Alright, good convention. Yeah, I've come to realize and then subsequently accept about myself that I am not great with strangers. I can exist socially on a very, very surface level in situations that I've been in before, but anything new or anything extended, if it's not involving people that I know very, very well, is going to be just a bit, not a disaster, but it's just going to be a little, what's the word? Weird. Not normal. A little strange, a little unconventional, that's a good word. And people that have met me before kind of get used to it. I'm making my peace with it, but it definitely means that I do not really have a future in hosting would be a good one. If anybody wants me to host awards shows, events, it's not a good gig for me. It's not going to go well. Not enough people. Awkward, yeah. A little awkward. After work coming next week. Emotional support work buddies on vacation. Don't think I'll be able to go. I think everyone feels that. It's very difficult in life to tell what things you're experiencing that are actually everybody and what things are genuinely like a lot for you relative to what other people experience. Because you're right, everybody does to some extent mask, but some people are just naturally comfortable. Some people aren't lying. I know a lot of us are pretending. Some people, I swear, aren't pretending. I don't know how I know this. But some things are easy for some people. I just don't know who. I have a lot of these Rock of Vegases. I don't need those anymore, do I? I don't think so. Worst part is to find that out, you need to talk to people. I feel like I can make a pretty good life where I talk primarily to cats, dogs, and goats. Maybe not goats. Oh, got an epic one. 9 magmotes in the epic one. 800 gold. And then more chalk. Beans for Beanie King. If I wear warm hats and I maintain a childlike wonderment for the world, am I then a beanie baby? Important questions. Goats or ghosts? Probably goats. I had a ghost cat once, but I haven't felt ghost cat in a while. I just feel the real cat that's sitting right underneath my desk where my feet go. No current plans to try out D4. I don't mean to be rude, but I haven't figured out what the point is. I'm 803 motes. You have more? Flabby's at 846. From the keys, maybe. Gotcha. I turned in some of them. Yeah, alright. Was the ghost cat from the future? I didn't ask. I don't know if it would be able to tell me. Ghost cat! Ghost cat just nudges my legs, and then I go, oh hey kitty, and then I look down, there's no cat, and then it's ghost cat. I mean, it's pretty good gold. Not nothing. Alright, 824. Off we go. Almost there. Phantom phone vibrations. Those I have not felt in a long time. Maybe because I don't carry my phone on my person anymore. I still, like, jolt awake if I hear the sound of a phone vibrating. But, I don't actually feel it on my hip anymore because it's been a long time since I've like walked around with my phone in my pocket all day. I used to do that in like maybe the early 2010s, but basically ever 2014 on, I would just phone is on a table somewhere. It's around. It's not touching me. Do you think that most ghost cats can time travel? I mean, in theory, and this is total nonsense sentence that doesn't mean anything. By default, a ghost cat must be time traveling because it's no longer living and yet is still coming forward in time. So it exists both as a capsule to its original time, but if it's interacting with us in the present, then I think that it's time traveling by default as much as any of us are, but on another level because it's not living anymore. Now, whether or not they can go back, if it's a ghost cat for the future, that I don't know how you would figure out. But you know, we're all time traveling. We just can't go the other way. Sometimes I try to reverse engineer time traveling in that I just kind of try to think of what I try to think. It's not so much time traveling. It's more. I mean, obviously, it's not time traveling. I'm not magic. I don't think, as far as you know, but. It's more imagining. So you ever like do the philosophical reflection exercise where you sit down and you think about your life X amount of years ago and you think, what would you tell yourself back then, or what would you do differently? And you know, basically those two things. What turns would you have done with your life? What would you have done with your time, knowing then what you know now? And you do that exercise enough times, and then you start to do the reverse version where you're like, okay, I am currently the past version of 10 years from now me. So right now, if I don't know what future me would say specifically because I've never met future me, but you know, if we think about these reflections enough, we can kind of guess the pattern. And then if you imagine it well enough, then it's basically like you time traveled to yourself in the past and gave yourself advice, except that you've got the advice right now so you can actually do something about it. I'm grinding mag mounts for the Scrappy World snail. It's a mount. It's a dragonflight mount farm. Would have bought a bunch of WoW tokens while they were 120k gold. The trouble with yeah, something like that's easy enough if you had the know-how. A lot of things that I think I would do differently if I did it all again aren't things that I would actually do differently. They're things that it would be nice to do differently if you had like unlimited energy and motivation, but in my imagination, past version of me always has unlimited energy and motivation, just unlimited resources to make the best possible choices, and nobody lives like that. Or if they do, then I hate them. I don't live like that. So I think that I'm doing my best. I'm sure I'll have regrets in 10 years, but I won't have that many because we're doing our best. Or 20k gold. I did buy, they do eventually cut you off. When WoW tokens first came out and they were kind of like 20 to 40k in Draenor, I had a bunch of Draenor gold and I bought 2 years worth of game time from that, and then they cut me off. That's as much as they would let me buy and apply to my account. It's possible that I could have bought more and then used them as balance, but I think there was some kind of a cap at the time. Maybe there still is, I don't know. You'd have to spend a lot more gold for it. But I hit that cap and then I basically stopped buying tokens because I figured I was set. I was good for a while. Cap right now is 10 tokens? It's possible that it was 10 tokens back then, and I'm just misremembering. It was a long time ago. They only added the balance in Legion. Was it just game time before then? That would track. These casters really do not want to group up. They do not like... I mean, I know that it's because they're casting, but... Am I getting the mag modes because of having a contract active? I've got my Worldbreaker membership for 2 days. I got the Worldbreaker membership from the Obsidian, the Twilight Strongbox, from turning in a restored key to NPC over by where Char spawns, and then I bought a backup contract just in case I die, but it looks like we might make it. There's a chance that I might make it. I say, completely jinxing it forever. What time is it? 10:54? We're doing all right. It's not too bad. Part I need to do still. Doesn't take a wild amount of time. If you can find a group that is doing key farming or is doing primal storm farming while there's a storm up that you can kind of key farm there, that plus the moat farming part goes a lot faster. I was trying to moat farm on my own for a while and it was dramatically slow. Having a couple players or one really good player would make this much better. Crazy Gidget with a 3-month resub. Hey, hello. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. I have a lot of pieces of transmog. I think that Can I Mog It has changed their icons, and I need a chart. I need some documentation. I need a worksheet. I need to look at the new ones and learn them because these yellow check marks are freaking me out. They're still a check mark, but they're yellow, which I feel like means danger. And I don't know what I'm in danger of, but it seems bad. Feels scary. There we go. All that means is they're unique appearances? Why? Why does it mean that? I need a worksheet. I can't do it out of chat. Worksheets were always the primo form of homework because they had done all the organization work for you. All you had to do was answer questions. Or like maybe write a little diagram or something, you know. They rarely had hard questions on them though. They were already pre-structured. The worst is when they were just like, here, do something. You know, you'd get like a project and it's like, do research and then make a presentation and write an essay on whatever you want. And I'd be like, what do you mean whatever I want? You need to give me some parameters. I can't function in this unstructured environment. CurseForge page has all their icons and meanings listed. Okay. Learn for a different armor type or class and from a different item. Well, that's not unique appearances at all. That's different, I think. I'll have to look into that some other time. I just hate change. I'm just a cranky person that hates change. Forever writing things out for the game in charts and checklists. Starting a bullet journal for long-term projects like my reps and mounts. That sounds like a lot of fun. I do a lot of bullet journal style planning for things in my life. I very much have the habit of I will lay out the original page and I'll lay out the project. I'll make a bunch of check marks and I'll make like progress bars and I'll break it into all sorts of different pieces and do all the planning, and then I will never look at the page again. I will think about the whole thing while I'm playing it out on the page with the intent that I'm going to refer back to the journal and, you know, keep track of my progress and update it and like fill things in as I do them, and I never do. I guess not never, but almost never. And for a while, that made me feel like I was just completely failing at it and that there was no point of filling it out in the first place because I was just going to abandon it. But I've come to realize that even just spending the time thinking about it for as long as it takes me to write down all the pieces, even if I never look at it again, it does help. It's not nothing, so I've accepted my journal abandoning ways. Enjoying it. Ordered a ton of stickers. 929 magmonths. I don't like canceling my Carnalix cast, but sometimes that's what has to happen. So used to blue good. Mm-hmm. Oh, I can plant something here. Now that I'm kind of close, I'm checking them constantly. Can't leave it alone. I just need to trust that it'll be done eventually. This is a very, very, very fast grind, all things considered. It's only 11 o'clock. I feel like it's been about an hour, maybe, and that's pretty good. I think I got Flabby in here at like maybe 10 after 10, something like that, because I took some time. Maybe I started earlier than that. I started stream at 9, but I do not feel like I accomplished anything in a big hurry at the top of the stream. I'm tired today. Oh, I got a toy. Oh, I already know it though. Is it tradable? No, doesn't look like it. The Talisman of Sarga. Lets you turn into a Jarden? Yeah. Yeah, you can turn it, you can take on the appearance of a random Jarden. That might be kind of fun for this. That wouldn't overwrite my Worldbreaker buff, right? It's just a cosmetic thing. 1% per minute's realistic. Yeah, I think so too. Because that's 10 motes a minute. You get pretty easily, I'd say, about 10 motes per pull. One pull a minute. Maybe a little bit more than 10 motes a pull, but you gotta find your pulls. In a group anyways. If I was still farming on my own, it would be dramatically less than that. I keep thinking, oh, you know, the reason I'm not doing as much damage is because I'm contributing all this extra healing with my, you know, my Blossom and my Verdant Embrace, and then I check the healing meters too, and I'm like, oh. What's healing? Broodkeeper's Barrier. Broodkeeper's Barrier. Oh, it's the ring. It's the Absorb ring. That's what's doing all that healing. I see. I gotcha. Bonus mount. Flabby wants to farm another 1,000 motes to get another one just to have in the bags. I don't think he's serious. Have I got the other snail from the volcano? Yeah! Just very, very recently. I got it yesterday, which feels a little late in the cycle, but yeah, I got it yesterday. So this is going to be my second snail mount. And then I have the mag mammoth. Oh. It's okay. I'll be with you shortly. I've upset somebody very tall. I think after this one, as far as Dragonflight mounts, Divine Breath of Onara is, I think, the next one I want to work on. Although, ooh, there's a scout pack. I need to do scout packs too, because there's a skitterfly I could get from them. I have my Dragonscale Expedition rep finished, but I don't have all of the, there's the one more skitterfly mount that I need, which I think is a pretty low drop rate, so I should probably be putting a little bit more time into it. Okay. $989. We're almost there. $993. This has got to do. It has to. It must. I haven't had a food buff on this whole time. Oops. Didn't realize there was a mount from the weekly hunt cache until it dropped for me yesterday. Yeah, the epic one has a chance. I ended up doing that on alts to try to grind that one out. 1011. Woo! I think we should both have enough actually now. If I had the food buff, would have crushed the damage. You're right. You're right. That is the only reason. The one reason that I'm not doing as much damage is flapping. We could just make that go away. We could just close that window. Did I want 1,020? I did 1,020. I spent the 20 earlier already. Because I have the backup. I have the backup contract in my bags. Oh, expedition pack. I must have looted that one. I don't see it. There's one in the back of the cave. I was all worried about behind some boxes. Oh, okay. Let me go back and look. I was all worried about my 2-day time limit. I was gonna have to do this. I figured I was gonna do this tomorrow on stream, but nope. Ah, hidden sneaky. No luck though. And then here's our boy. One snail, please. Open them. Oh. Oh no, not in this form. There we go. There's a pet that I need the membership for. What? No! I thought I was done. Slow boys. What do you mean? I'm rocketing. I'm sliding. I'm sliming. Is the mount off a different vendor? Or the pet off a different vendor? Let's see. What's the pet called? Sliding boys. Oh, Spyragos. Dragons Day Off. So it's not like a direct thing. Spyragos. Spyragos? Spyragos. Why isn't it in my pet journal? Is it hidden from the pet journal? Do I have filters that are filtering it out? I've never seen something that was hidden from the pet journal before. Are we sure that it's in the game? I'm looking this up. Spyragos. It's from a hidden quest. But you can definitely get it. Strange temporary titles and secret pets. I'm reading it. So I did the weekly quest, same as the old boss. I have the membership. I'm trying to figure out what on earth you do after that. It tells you one of the drinks you need for the pet quest. Okay. Do I need anything first? I didn't finish reading. What's just to get? I don't know where you are. I'm lost. All the way up there? Okay, I'm coming, but if I needed to buy something first and I didn't know about it, then I'm not going to have bought it. I'm going to need a bunch of drinks. I don't think I should have started this. But now I want to know, because I have the membership up anyway, so if it's something I can do more easily now. I'm at the bar. There's a seagull up there. There's a seagull up there. She's flying. I don't have any context for what's going on. I don't know what it is that I'm meant to be doing. Buy the drinks in advance. Complete it very quickly. The quest giver. I don't see a quest giver. I just missed her. All right, I'm so confused. I'm gonna finish reading the. I'm gonna see if I can finish reading the thing. There's a list of drinks. Don't consume any of them. You go back to her when you have all the drinks. Flies in circles, lands in the small camp. Cold. But she doesn't have a quest for me, that's the thing. If she has a quest later, then that'll be something, but there's no quest here. It's just a dragon. Well, then why do I have to come over here? I'm waiting. I'm waiting at the bar. It's just dialogue. It's not a quest. Beanie down. Beanie down. All right. Okay, now she has a quest. It is a quest. All right. See if you can find these drinks. Well, these people are drinking. Can I just have theirs? I don't know what on earth possessed me to try to start a puzzle right now. This is the worst idea I've ever had in my life. I am not prepared for this and it's a bad idea. But I've started it now and I don't know enough about it. Am I having a party? Apparently. How am I supposed to know where the vendor, like... I don't know. I'm gonna look into this at a different time. I think I gotta walk away from it. I'm gonna see if I can get outside and get some air. I'm gonna wrap up for about now today. Tomorrow and Sunday, I'm gonna do some longer streams. We'll see if we can go until noon. Find something something cozy to work on. Appreciate you guys very much. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.